Okay, so now let's look at queues. So a queue is just like when you get in a line. And when you get in the line, this is called in queue. And you can in queue somebody behind them. And when you remove somebody from the line, that is dequeue. It is FIFO, first in, first out. And we can in queue a couple more people here, and then we'll dequeue them. Now let's look at a couple of data structures that we could use for a queue. Let's start out with an array. So remember, with arrays, to pop or to push is O of 1. To shift or unshift is O of n. So with a queue, you need to add at one end and remove from the other end. And it doesn't matter which end you use for adding or removing, so long as they are opposite ends for those two purposes. So let's look at an array. We could say we're going to add from this end, that's O of n, and remove from this end, that's O of 1. Or we could do it the other way around, add from this end, O of 1, remove from this end, O of n. So there's no way to get around having one of those be O of n. Let's compare this to a linked list. So with a linked list, when you pop an item from the end, like this, it is O of n. But to push it is O of 1. On the other end, shift is O of 1, and unshift is O of 1. So what you don't want to do with a linked list is dequeue from this end, because that's O of n. What you want to do is in queue from this end and dequeue from this end, and they're both O of 1. With a linked list, we called these head and tail. For the queue, I'm just going to change the names to first and last. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a linked list and modify it to build our queues.